This is former Congressman Jim Kolbe from the Arizona's 5th District, I believe. Served for 22 years. President Obama recently appointed Mr. Kolbe to the Advisory Committee for Trade Policy and Negotiations. He provides policy advice on trade matters, and he and I worked together a number of significant matters during his years in the House, and we're glad to have you back here. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Senator Leahy. Senator Leahy and members of the committee, thank you for inviting me to testify before you today on behalf of the Border Security, Economic Opportunity, and Immigration Modernization Act of 2013. I had the privilege of serving in the United States Congress from 1985 until 2007, representing Arizona's 5th and 8th congressional districts. Immigration is an issue that has always been in the forefront in this border district. I applaud the senators in the so-called Gang of Eight, especially my colleague, Senator Flake from Arizona, who spent many months preparing this legislation. The bill currently before the committee is an excellent start that offers many positive provisions to help U.S. businesses, our immigrant population, and our country as a whole. Others on this panel will discuss various economic considerations, but I want to talk about one particular provision, completing family unification. I know, as the partner of a Panamanian immigrant, how especially difficult it can be to build a life and protect your family under our current cumbersome system. While the bill you are considering is an excellent starting point, I submit to you that it is still incomplete. Families like mine are left behind as part of this proposal. Equally important, U.S. businesses and our economy suffer because of the omission of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender families from the bill introduced last week. My partner and future husband, Hector Alfonso, was born in Panama, came to the United States on a Fulbright scholarship to pursue graduate studies in special education. He's been a dedicated teacher for almost 2 decades. Hector was forced to return to Panama when his work visa expired. Our 12-month separation, like that of any American from their spouse, was painful. Hector returned to Panama while he applied for another visa. Eventually, we accomplished this, but it was a long process, and it was expensive, far beyond the reach of most families. Just a month from now, Hector and I will legally marry here in the District of Columbia, surrounded by family and friends. We're immensely fortunate that Hector has now secured an investment visa that allows him to remain here with me. Many other couples, however, are not so fortunate. Their ability to secure a solution that will allow them to build a home, family, or business together is elusive and difficult to realize. This committee has an opportunity to fix that problem. The Uniting American Families Act, UAFA, legislation sponsored by Chairman Leahy and Senator Collins, would make a profound difference in the lives of many Americans and their families. By amending our immigration laws to treat lesbian and gay families as our nation treats other immigrant families, UAFA would ensure American citizens are not torn apart from their loved ones or forced into exile abroad. The comprehensive immigration reform bill now under consideration by this committee includes important provisions to make U.S. businesses more competitive. UAFA does the same, which is why it is supported by Fortune 500 companies like Intel, Marriott, Texas Instruments, U.S. Airways. The failure to recognize lesbian and gay families in our immigration laws has a direct impact on American business. In a letter last month to the 8 senators who authored the Border Security, Economic Opportunity, and Immigration Modernization Act, a coalition of 28 of our country's most prominent companies wrote, "We have each worked to help American employees whose families are split apart because they cannot sponsor their committed permanent partners for immigration benefits. We have lost productivity when those families are separated. We have borne the cost of transferring and retraining talented employees so they may live abroad with their loved ones. And we have missed opportunities to bring the best and the brightest to the United States when their sexual orientation means they cannot bring their family with them." It isn't just major corporations that lose out, Mr. Chairman. In Columbia, South Carolina, a restaurant owner with 25 employees recently made the difficult decision to close his business in order to move so he could be with his partner. In Los Angeles, a young entrepreneur who employed 30 U.S. workers shut his doors after a Canadian partner's visa expired and they were forced into exile. These are stories that should give us all pause and cause us to reflect on the price to both American business and American families when we choose to leave some of our fellow citizens out of a reform to our immigration laws. It is time, Chairman Leahy and members of this committee, to fix this part of our immigration law. The opportunity is too rare and the positive impact too great to leave anyone behind. Adding you often to the committee bill would be a big step toward making it a truly comprehensive bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Congressman. I appreciate that.